Okay, in this lab, we're looking at ransomware called Stampado. I recently purchased it, and we're going to be manipulating it. What I got from a the vendor, I'm going to call them, is this do not run and this keygen. The do not run actually is the infected file, and then I got the keygen that should be able to unlock everything. So first thing you have to do is you got to do a little bit of manipulating. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the do not run. You do not want to accidentally infect yourself, but that's the file I want to edit. In a Word or a text document that you can handle large texts, something like Notepad++, we're going to go ahead and open our file, that file, in Notepad++. The important thing here, I'm going to go back to maximum screen. The important thing here is the source code is encrypted. You go to the very bottom. This is where you're allowed to enter your email address. I happen to be doing this with a group called Applied Hacks. So I'm going to leave their email address here. But you can set this to whatever email address you want. This is the only thing that you're allowed to modify. And once you've done that, go ahead and copy this to your victim. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy a few things. I'm going to copy at least the text document and the infection. So I'm going to copy it over to my victim, which I did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the file. That's it. Give it a few minutes and it should encrypt your files. It auto puts these files on your desktop. And interesting is, you see that Word or that text document I had? It automatically encrypted it and changed it to a .lock file. So, how do I fix this? Well, you can send a file to the appropriate group. Contact us by, there's the email address we put in. You can send them a file to see if they will unlock it with the appropriate ID, which that may or may not happen. So actually that's what I'm going to do, is see the files, I'll get back if I'm a good boy. And it doesn't like me clicking on it. This will let you know all of the files that were encrypted. So if you click Get My Files Back, you should be allowed to email the attacker and they can provide evidence that they can recover your files. So that's actually what we're going to do now. I'm going to go to my attacker machine. I'm going to open up my key generator. I want to decrypt a specific file, the attacker's email address, and the victim ID. And I should be able to see what files were encrypted. I'm going to select one. Done. The recovered files in the saved folder, which that may or may not work. So I've actually had issues getting to decrypt a single file. I've actually had a lot more success just doing the entire decryption process. This will be the code that the victim would be able to put in their system. And they should actually allow you to see the files again. So that would allow you to decrypt them. So I want to infect myself again. Come on. Let's run this as administrator then. I've had the issue where I can't reinfect myself. Because it already accepted my code. So I'm actually going to restart and see if it'll let me reinfect myself. Okay, so I just recreated another VM so I can reinfect myself. Because again, I want to infect myself. And again, I see that I have encrypted files. So what if you don't want to pay the ransom? There's been a few articles online that actually walk you through how to bypass this. So I found this nice article that actually talked about this decryption software that will allow you to decrypt it. Here's the message, because the important thing here is every 6 hours that you wait, they permanently delete a file. And then after the appropriate 96 hours, all files that were encrypted are then deleted. So they actually were able to find a sequence tool that will allow us to decrypt single files. So it is produced by Msoft, and what I've been told that you have to do is, if you go to options, you can actually go through all of this. You can actually leave this as the type of Sudoku salt that you may not know. But the nice thing is, you can do things like find your ID, find the email, and if you look for the targeted locked files, you should be able to find it and decrypt it. So I was able to find 3 files, and they were able to decrypt them. But why do we still have this? This will actually stay up until you log off and restart. It still keeps the original locked file, but it also recovers it. So, an interesting thing with ransomware, with Stampado, and understanding that just because you have ransomware or you've been infected by ransomware doesn't mean that you cannot find the appropriate decryptors to decrypt some of this. Because again, I bought this off of the darknet for I think a little under $40 just to show kind of how ransomware works, how the decryptors work, and how to do some of the basic recovery. Alright, that was actually it for this video. I want to thank you. Hope you guys have a great day.